Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RCTI. Yeah, we're back. RCTI 02 has apparently been rebuilt from the ground up to make it more accessible. And there's certainly a bit more glass and emancipation grids, but you know, I kind of like the look of the glass and emancipation grids and all that jazz, so that's alright. Press the button. Death field goes down temporarily, but for a fairly extended period of time. I got a couple of faith plates, you got more glass. Definitely looks different, I'll say that much. Alright, what does this do? Oh! Something behind me. Was it? No, that was the other one. So what am I missing? Some sort of emancipation grid deactivating? And this will briefly catch something. Interesting. I like the idea of using an emancipation funnel that's only active for a couple of seconds to catch something instead of anything else. Alright, now what does this do? What do we got? We got a cube. Alright, sure. Oh, if I remember this level correctly though, I gotta hurry through this. By the way, shortcut back. Brilliant. Wonderful. Thumbs up. So I think I've got to get back over here before that time runs out. Oh, there's an emancipation grid there. Was that there before? I don't know that that was there before. What does this do? Hoop. Oh, it's dead. Okay, so I've got to activate... Oh, right, there was a separate test chamber, wasn't there? And a laser cube. How am I supposed to get to the laser cube, though? There's got to be something. Bounce to there and to there. But where's the first bounce? It's got to be somewhere around here. I gotta say, though, I'm liking the redesign. I think it looks a lot cleaner than the previous one did. And it definitely has its own unique aesthetic to it. All the glass walls and separated rooms and all that jazz. Oh, and it's even set to catch it. Brilliant. Wonderful. I like it. But I've got to figure out how to get across, or at the very least how to get up. Oh, I have to put the cube there to raise a bridge. I remember this now. So I need to head back over here. So back to the beginning. There and back again now. A lot less frustrating to get back again. And the there is similar enough that I still recognize it without being overly done. The jumps are a little bit shorter, or at the very least it feels like it. Now I've just got to catch this. Brilliant, good. Now if I take this down here and block the laser with it, it should raise a platform. Ah, brilliant. And then if I use this to activate the two laser areas there, well, for one, that seems to have raised a couple of platforms over there, but two, those deactivated the emancipation grid. So I'm gonna have to... Actually, I don't need this cube anymore, now that I think about it, because I'm going to get its identical twin to do my dirty work for me. I still have to figure out what this does, though. Is it just the emancipate... Oh, brilliant. It's literally right in front of my face. So, I always like stuff like that, where it's very obvious what's going on, and the new updated version of There and Back Again is definitely much better thus far at, what am I trying to say? Much better in making sure that you can see what's going on. Alright, so dispense a new cube, this one flies through, and gets caught on a jump plate which hits other That's actually really fucking clever. Good job. I was not expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely cool to look at. I mean, before it was just... I couldn't really focus on the jumps because it was so frustrating with the cube never going where it was supposed to, but now the cube just kind of... Oh wait, I've gotta... Wait for it to bounce a couple of times. Deactivate the emancipation grid while it's here. Seems like the bounces are a little messy for some reason. Oh, and I could have caught that if I'd pressed the right button, but it landed there anyway, so I'm safe. Now, what do I have to do with it from here? There's got to be something? No, seriously. Guys, seriously, what do I... Oh, I gotta activate the laser. Alright, good times. What does that do? Activate stairs? Oh god, I'm about to get locked out. Okay, and then stairs are activated, and you place this here, and... That was so much better. Oh my god. That was... so much incredibly better. I cannot even begin to describe. Like, all the transparent walls creating the different areas had a really nice look to it, but just overall, the chamber not only looked better, but also felt more like a single, solid, self-contained chamber. If there's anything at all that I could say, I would criticize about the map, I'd say that the last laser was a little bit obtuse, but that's just more an observation thing. Someone may get stuck there because they aren't looking at the chamber and taking stock of what their tools are, but it's definitely interesting. And it's definitely better than it was. So one other map in the RCTI got remade, so we're going to take a look at that again in just a second here. See you all there. Alrighty, RCTI 03 Greedy Goo remade. Though I don't know that I remember the original version of this I remember the original version of this chamber. So let's see here. Well, first off, deadly floor. But alright, I can sort of deal with the deadly floor. We have... Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that the first time, was I? I wasn't supposed to jump across. Shit. Alright. Okay, I think I see at least the very beginning of what I'm supposed to do, though. If I have bounce gel right here, I should be able to activate this, and then with each droplet of bounce gel, it'll cover a bit more of the wall. Did I get all of them in one go? Alright, perfect. Huh? Just what I needed. You can stop that. Alright. So I think I can get across here. And I am gonna quick save just because deadly traps, not exactly my favorite, but I've come to start accepting them as a bit of an inevitability. Even though there's no real reason for the traps to be deadly. Alright, what does this one do? What do we got? We got a tilted surface for bounce gel. That's right, I remember this now. Because I'm going to need that bounce gel for when I fly at high speed, but for that I need to use the orange gel, and for that I need a sphere. And the sphere, if I remember correctly, I got from a different area that had conversion gel in it. Oh, also, I don't know if this was intentional, but putting the lines around the stairs not only looks good, but kind of lets us know where we have to go to get out of here. So it's a nice touch. So let's see here, what, oh, Jesus. That's, definitely a closed room. Where am I oh, perfect, okay, so the cube area, or the area that was unlocked by a button before, is now unlocked by a cube, allowing me to go down there after I've completed the first test with the bounce gel. Okay, so the conversion gel test looks pretty much unchanged. Alright, then blue and orange. Brilliant, perfect, alright. That fast fling really is much more effective than I would have ever thought it could have been. Oh. Okay, we've got a sphere in a sterile white room here. Good, good. Now if I just toss this in here, that should get it back across, and I just need to meet it over there now. Which way was it, though? This way? I think it was this way. Oh, also, we can get out of this room without killing ourselves, even when the sphere is still just kind of hanging out. Which is a good touch, because you never really want to lock the player in a room until they solve the test, because, I mean, they'll figure out soon enough that they can't proceed without the test, so the only thing you're really doing is presenting them with a situation in which you're forcing them to complete a certain part of the challenge until, or before they leave, rather than letting them go explore whatever they want to do. You're essentially locking off part of your own test chamber until they go where you want them to go, which isn't a completely positive aspect. I mean, it's good to allow people to go back where they want to before they actually... Can I put that portal in such a way that it hits closer to the bottom? That's closer to the top. Let's try flipping that. If I go, say, here... No, not like that. Something like... How's that doing? Is that closer to the bottom? Will that be sufficient to allow me to completely coat the floor? Nope, of course not. Alright. It's close enough, though, or it should be. Whoa. Not what I want to do. Okay, orange portal. Luckily, it seems like the orange gel actually didn't have the velocity that the blue gel did with the single drop, so it's pretty helpful for me. Oh, there's a... I'm a doof. I didn't even realize. There's just an area on the ceiling that I can shoot it out of. And just like that, covered floor. You could actually do this for the whole thing if you wanted to, but I kinda like the flinging things across large portions of the room all on its own sort of thing. Anyway, so this is now completely and totally covered. I want to place my orange portal there first. Then I'm going to need to accelerate as quickly as I can, fly, hit the bounce gel, and completely forget to bring the sphere with me, but there's a quick traverse back using a portal right next to it, which there actually might have been before, but I might have missed. If that's the case, or if I've just forgotten about it, then my greatest apologies in this regard. Still, like the other test chamber, there's definitely a unique aesthetic to this one. It's got its own sort of look. And oh, I need to actually move that down, don't I? Because that just takes me straight to the exit. Nice, very nice. No need for any sort of weird stuff there. And then... Oh, this was the one with the turret at the very end, wasn't it? And what in the world is this? Ah. Huh? You have successfully managed to confuse me. New test element. Alright. I'm assuming that's just a speedy jump area, but it's definitely a unique method of creating it. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like this before. It seems to be very effective at controlling what it has. Oh, and then I can place blue gel right here while it's deactivated. So that's... Okay, so it's a fairly simple test element, but it's definitely one that is... It was unique enough to make me take a second glance at it before I really got what was going on. But it is still the same test element that we know and love and all that jazz. And there's even a way back in case you don't want to leave or you forgot to put the cube on the button, which is great. And just overall, both of the RCTI maps are actually a lot better than they used to be. Greedy Goo, if I remember, I think was the one with the turret at the very end, which made no sense whatsoever. If I'm not remembering that correctly, then my apologies. That was a different map entirely. Disregard, but still... I like how you change the bottom to be escapable before you actually move the sphere. I like the fact that you, well, I just loved the remake of the first map. It's so much better than it used to be. It's really incredible. Because you just added a lot of reliability to it. It was just, it's still a bit funky. I don't know why the cube seems to deviate so much from its set pattern. Like, it didn't even land on all of the jump pads the first time around, even now with the remade map. But the remade map had design elements in it that allowed the cube to go through even if it didn't hit the bounce perfectly on the first try, which was so much better because it worked every time I tried it. And I only had to try it a couple of times rather than the multiple times that I had to try it the first time around. Overall, I just think it was, not only was it a lot better, it was actually really good. And I enjoyed playing them. If more RCTI comes out, I'll definitely take a look at it. But overall, I'm just, this was a good day of testing. I like this. But until tomorrow, this has been PA. See you guys next time.